Welcome back to Derek World YouTube channel. We have already discussed in detail about ANMAC processing in our previous video. In this video, I'm trying to answer a few doubts that people have asked me after uploading the other ANMAC video. The most common doubt people have asked was how many years of the experience should be verified while they applying for ANMAC. How many years they have to send the experience certificate, professional reference, and good standing certificates from the council. The answer is up to 10 years is ideal for the ANMAC. If you are applying for the permanent residency for the point-based system, because when you get maximum up to 8 years of up to 8 full years of experience verified from ANMAC, you get the maximum point in the PR point-based system. But if you are not applying for a PR that is not based on the point system, you don't need to verify all your experience. So as I mentioned, for point-based system permanent residency application, you need to get all your years of experience get verified from ANMAC. Up to 8 years is enough because there you get the maximum points. But if you are applying for a 186, that is employer nominated permanent residency after the ANMAC, you wouldn't need all years of experience verified. You need the last 3 years of your experience verified and also the professional reference for that period of time. Then the second most common question is, if you have worked in different specialities, which code would suit you, or which code, ANSCO code, which one you should mention in your professional reference? The answer to that is you have two options. You can do one thing, like don't mention any particular code. Just submit your professional reference with all your experience and all the details they ask for in the template. Then they will assess your experience certificate and the professional reference, and they will assign you the most suitable ANSCO code for you. People also ask about which assessment they should undergo with ANMAC. Like we have a full skill assessment and a modified skill assessment. If you hold a nursing registration in Australia or New Zealand, you should be going for the modified skill assessment. The full skill assessment is for people who have a Bachelor of Nursing degree in countries like US, Ireland, or UK. Another doubt is whether ANMAC decides your salary or not. The answer to that is not really. ANMAC is actually for the visa purpose. The salary is based on your experiences. It is helpful when all your experiences are verified by the ANMAC. You could also show that as a proof to get your maximum salary. But normally the employers will ask for your past years of experience, and based upon that they will decide your payment or remuneration. If you are coming to Australia in a 482 visa or a short term skilled visa, do you need the ANMAC? Actually, you don't need ANMAC for a 482 visa or that sort of visa. ANMAC is needed for the permanent residency visas, because sometimes where the employer might be giving you the short term visas like 482, then you can come to Australia and work as a registered nurse without even having your ANMAC verified. So you don't need ANMAC for those type of visa, but for the permanent residency visas, you will need the ANMAC. Another doubt is, when you apply for ANMAC, do you need the language test results with you? The answer to that is you don't need the language test results at the time of ANMAC, because you have the language cleared, then only you get the AFRA or New Zealand registration. So it is not mandatory at the time of ANMAC you produce your language results. But when you apply for the visa, you definitely need the language test results as well.
And recently, someone has asked me whether you need APC certificate in Australia. That is the annual practicing certificate. Actually, I didn't even heard before about APC, because in Australia we don't have an annual practicing certificate. We just have the nursing registration with AFRA. But I heard from those people who asked, it is mandatory that you have an APC in New Zealand. So you have annual practicing certificate in New Zealand, but you don't need to apply one in Australia. So because we don't have an annual practicing certificate in Australia.